Well, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. We are here. We are back from the road. Can you hear
We're
me?
live. Oh, God.
We are live. We are back from the road. A very successful trip to parts unknown. We cannot tell you yet, but we can show you soon. How is everyone? Welcome to the stream. Good morning, WillyLo.
Good morning. I'm tired. I feel like yesterday was just a long day.
Yeah, we got back
Like 8:30?
around 8:30 at night. Yeah, we left at 10. So it was a fun-filled day for sure. Yeah, it was long. And you know what, guys? We got a fun-filled show for you today. We're going to share some stuff from yesterday. We got some interesting stories to tell. We're going to share this bad boy that I got in the mail.
I'm excited for that one because I don't know.
Look at this bad boy from our buddy in chat, Ghetto. He sent me this lovely gift box. We're going to unbox this a little bit later. We also have this that we are giving away. One lucky viewer, one lucky legend is going to get a pair, their choice, either the OG Zelda colors or the Breath of the Wild / Tears of the Kingdom colors. We're going to be giving those away too, Will. I'm super excited.
Lots of fun stuff today.
Bull Airs
shoes. Those things are badass.
Yeah, Bull Airs is awesome, guys. BullAirs.com. Make sure you check them out. Our sponsor here next to our home, of course, Game Cycle. But we're giving one of these bad boys away. Now, full disclosure, shipping is extra. So Bull Airs does not cover the shipping, nor do I. Okay, so you're going to have to pay for shipping, but it's a small price to pay for these shoes. These shoes are, they're up there.
Cutthroat, you want me to stand? Okay, hold on. I'll stand up too.
They're up there. Rob McCallum is here. Good to see you, dude. Doom is the only option. So I put in the chat early this morning. Willie, let's see what you would pick. Choose one game from 1993. Would you pick The Secret of Mana, Star Fox, Doom, or NBA Jam? That is the question. Oh, I think we got our answer.
There's only one answer for me. That'd be Secret of Mana. I love Doom and all of it, but frick, I love Secret of Mana. Hands down, that's my choice. That's why I have it right here.
I, too, with Mr. McCallum, would have to side with Doom. Doom is... we wouldn't be here without Doom. We just wouldn't. The industry would not be the same. So all four of those games are winners, though, by the way. But Doom for the win. Cool. So welcome back, Will, to our EGM reads. I know we had...
Woo!
A couple weeks ago, but I feel like this is our day now going forward. Willie and Jay on Fridays. And Cutthroat thinks it's a little bit weird. It's not Sunday. Yeah, I'm sorry, buddy, but we need time. Yeah. Plus, also Will streams on Sunday. So we just had to kind of adjust stuff too. It was my decision. He was fine with it, but I just thought, let's give Will some rest. Let him sleep in. And then he can do his stream.
What a nice guy. I was walking by my my case. I just want to show this because we were talking about it earlier, and I totally forgot I had this. We were talking about it yesterday when we were at the said second store.
Oh yeah.
We were like, "Do you remember that Evolve game?" I was like, "Yeah, that game sucked." And then I was like looking at my shelf, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, I bought this game."
All right, who remembers Evolved? Average Gamer, thank you for being on Twitch as well. Appreciate it, brother. We're going to give a shout outs to everybody in the chat, all the legends today. And by the way, I got to say right now, if you guys are a fan of superheroes and you are a channel member, make sure you check the Discord because our good buddy Packers finally showed his secret identity off. And oh my God, Packers, he's a big boy. So make sure you guys check that out for no other reason than just because. Doom helped kill the Amiga, Ghetto says. Really? Interesting.
I don't think I knew that.
Interesting. I didn't know that either. Yeah. Packers has a face. He does. And boy, does that boy have a body. He works out. Holy cow. So anyway, very cool. So we're back to EGM reads. Well, you didn't miss a whole lot. Maybe I would say 5 issues. We're on issue 43. which
Well, we did that
is
one issue, but we only got like partway through because it was freaking ginormous. Remember?
yeah, I do adjust things in this office for sure. So we're in February of 1993. So do we want to talk? I know we talked a little bit on the road about the Nintendo Direct. Do we want to speak on that a little bit? What were your thoughts initially? I know we saw most of it in the car.
Yeah, I don't know. There wasn't like anything that was super stand out for me. Like Metroid Prime, like obviously it's gonna be a day one get for me, but like I feel like it's all underwhelming because we know the Switch 2 is coming out, and at this point we just want Switch 2 information.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. A lot of the games that they showed just didn't do it for me. And I, as you know, I do not like Metroid Prime. I do not like the first person Metroid at all. So it doesn't really do anything for me. I think it's cool. Samus has psychic abilities now. I guess they got to try something different. So that's fine. But yeah, in whatever that last game they showed off to close it, I was a little disappointed too.
Yeah, what was that? Todori? Like something
Yeah,
life or whatever.
we
I
thought
thought it was going to be another like Animal Crossing, and then it turned out to be that thing. I don't even know what it was. And maybe it's just not for us. That's 100%. Maybe there's just like a huge interest in it, and we've just something we've never ever been exposed to. But that rung like hollow for me.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I was hoping for sure for Zelda and Mario, and like you said, in a week or so, well, less than a week, we're gonna get the reveal for the Switch 2, and I'm sure we'll see Odyssey 2 or whatever they have planned. So,
It'd be very unlike Nintendo not to have like a big first party title with the launch of a new system.
They're gonna have to launch it, and I wonder if they'll do their usual, where they're so the last two gens, so the Wii generation, one of the final games on GameCube was Twilight Princess. They launched with that on the Wii. Wii U, one of the last games was Breath of the Wild, and they launched the Switch with Breath of the Wild. So I wonder if we're going to get that last big game that they'll also launch on Switch 2. Kind of interested, but
it's an interesting time. New console releases are always interesting and exciting for me.
Yeah. I feel weird because I'm not at EB anymore, so I don't have the insider for the console. Oh no, how am I going to get one? Chad, help me. We're going to have to go to the store? Oh my God.
You could just have one ordered right to your door.
It's going to be rough. Going to be rough.
You think so?
I think it's going to be hard. I don't think that whatever the next Xbox is, I don't think that's going to be an issue. The PlayStation 6 or 7 or whatever, yeah, that'll be hard. And the Nintendo will be impossible to get for a while. But that's the breaks. I want to give a shout out to JT, who's here first with the shiny crown. Good morning. Ghetto, all the way from the best state in the United States. Good to see you, buddy. Same with Cutthroat. EGM on a Friday. Cool. Feels kind of weird, though. Just saying. You. It's time to wake up is here. Happy Friday. And JT wants to hear some Rebecca Black. I would love to play you some Rebecca Black, but YouTube does not like that. So we're going to skip on the Rebecca Black. We got Batstan here. Average Gamer is on Twitch and YouTube. Again, thanks for that, mate. Did I miss anybody? Rob McCallum is here. I think Rob is in parts unknown. Rob is somewhere. If he wants to reveal that, he can. I'm not going to disclose that. HGC, good to see you, dude. Good morning. I missed everybody. No, I didn't miss anybody. Okay. So what do you think? What time? What time should we do the Bull Airs giveaway? I think 11 is a good time.
11 o'clock?
Yeah. So we'll do the Bull Airs giveaway. Again, anyone who wants to be a part of the contest, we're just going to do a random D20 roll. No trivia this time. But again, you are responsible for shipping. You're going to have to get a hold of me on social media via Facebook or Instagram, and I will give you my own personal code, which you will send to Tom on the official Bull Airs Instagram page as well. Okay. Rob's in California. Go. There you go. Oh, the mighty Mutron. I'm sorry, my friend. Didn't miss anyone, huh? My feelings are hurt. Solid Snake. Anyway. And then we're going to get to the boxing from our good buddy, the unboxing from Ghetto Finger Gaming. And Willie and myself are going to share parts of our journey yesterday too. A few things that we got that won't make it into the video. Okay, are you ready, buddy?
I think so. It's gonna be a busy day.
Look at the cover.
Nope, I don't want to.
Let's look at the cover. We got my favorite game of all time.
Yeah, I got better places to be. I don't know.
It's Bubsy. Did you go to Dinosaur Park again, Rob? California.
Is that still a big attraction?
Oh yeah. It's obviously very different than it is in the Wizard. Now it's like there's like Burger King and McDonald's and all that stuff around it. It's not just like a park with dinosaurs, and everything is there's stores and stuff all around it now. But yeah, you can go in the same one. Although where Jimmy is at the end in the whatever it is, the T-Rex, it's kind of roped off. You can still go to it, but you can't like crawl in his little hidey hole.
That's weird.
Yeah. Okay, Chad, who's a fan of Bubsy? Rob says Bubsy is the Poochie of mascots. He's slightly cooler. Will and I were talking about this on the way home. You guys remember the era of mascots? There's like, Booger Man, Arrow the Acrobat. Throw out some, Will. I don't know. We got Gex.
We were talking about Gex yesterday.
Gex, who talks like in movie quotes, which gets old real quick.
Yeah, all he does is movie quotes.
Yeah, gets old real quick. Real quick. Good morning, Dale. Good to see you, mate.
And of course, Crash Bandicoot was probably the most successful of like these third-party bootleg mascots. But you and I both don't really care for.
No, I mean, you look at Mario 64, which came out the same year. I think Crash did get released first.
Yeah.
Crash is like reminds me of like an iPhone game, one of those running iPhone games. Just not a big fan of it. I never have been. Although I will say that the PS1 commercials were absolutely hilarious.
Yeah, the PS1 commercials are great.
Yeah. So Bubsy on the front here, he says, "Holy hairballs! I made the cover of EGM." Let's get into it, guys. The link is in the community post for this exact issue. If you guys want to read along, shout out to retromags.com for preserving video game history. And that's where we get these digital versions of Electronic Gaming Monthly. Let's get into it. Bowler is here. Good to see you, my friend. How have you been? How's Chrono Trigger going? All right. Since Ed is doing the editorial this issue, let's get Willie to start us off.
I gotta zoom in on this one. It's a weird angle too. It's like crooked.
Oh yeah, they got some new like edgy 90s designs now.
I don't like it. Why off center this and make it a little crooked? Like that makes it just weirder to read.
It's edgy. Retro Cart, what's up?
Technology. At what price? When is a game system no longer a toy? After all, we are really into the toy business, and it just happens to be that at the present time, video games make up the major percentage of that industry. Most people relate toys with price. Try to sell an item above a certain price point. We were talking about this recently. And the toy just sits on the shelves. Look at it. Back in this day, it was the same thing.
Look at that. Amazing.
We were talking about the pricing on some of that stuff lately, and it's not even worth it anymore.
We went to Walmart yesterday, not to sidestep your editorial, and I was shocked at some of the prices and some of the things, but we can get into that later.
In video games, that upper price is about $200 for systems and $80 for cartridges and accessories. I just want to point out, too, everybody complaining about how expensive games are. $80 still back in the day. Prices have not changed.
I feel like we should talk about that, where, another one of our favorite hobbies, which is toys. We have seen an insane inflation on toys, particularly over the last 3 or 4 years, where video games, the newest gen, which is PS5, they're 89 Canadian. It's probably 69 for you guys in the States or elsewhere in the world. It's only $10 more. But yeah, video games have always been around the same price.
Yeah, They haven't really fluctuated, other than like these special editions. Like obviously those are going to be more of a premium item, so they cost more. But like the average price of video games has not changed very much over the 20, 30 years. 40 years? Fuck, how long has it been?
I feel like that's pretty good. And we did actually, dude, get a little break, if you remember, 2006, 7, where we had the same price in the States. Remember? We were down.
Yeah,
to
our
50.
dollar value. Yeah. Our dollar was like on parity, and it was like nice. We're like, oh, things are like regular price now.
We got Captain Chaz in the chat. Bubsy Love. Let's
Chaz, I thought we were friends.
Chaz, sorry. Bubsy Love. My mom loved playing this on the Sega channel. Chaz, I got a copy of it right on that shelf, my friend. So there you go.
I was there that day you bought that.
Moistly, good to see you. That was our first game video to Big Time Gamers. It seems like forever ago. And I just want to shout out too. I want to shout out Will. For I shared a Facebook memory with Will a couple days ago, and it was from our game hunting from 2013. So even before, it was the same year Rob and I started Nintendo Quest, but before that, Will and I were out hunting, and I just shared this stuff. One of them was Alex Kidd in Miracle World, coincidentally, but I just shared that with Will. I'm like, wow, dude, we've been doing this forever. Like all of us, you, me, Rob, Glenn, like everybody who's in this collecting sphere, right? We've been doing this forever. But
imagine we stuck through it with you back then to now. Just saying.
Yeah. I do. It's the streaming, the 2015 streaming that will always.
It's a different era. It was so much harder to do that stuff back then than it is now too.
It was hard capturing stuff. I needed to upgrade my PC and I just didn't. So anyway, let's keep going. Sorry.
Let's see here. Cartridge sold with our current 16-bit systems and softs well under those thresholds. It isn't too much of a surprise that they are selling like hotcakes. For those systems over $200, like the Neo Geo, well, they aren't selling quite as fast. This is one reason why Nintendo hopes to sell their 32-bit CD-ROM peripheral to the consumer for under $200. And that is why Sega is in the process of consolidating the circuitry to reduce the manufacturing costs and the ultimate consumer price for their Sega CD. There are exceptions that work for a while. The Sega CD and Turbo Duo retail for more than $200, but they include freebies with their systems. These extra games packed with CD-ROMs give the purchaser a perceived value that is under the $200 limit, and these systems are selling quite well. And that's true. Do you remember when the original Xbox launched and it did not sell very well, the first Xbox right out of the gate? What it really started selling it is when they bundled it with Knights of the Old Republic and Forza. And then those things flew off the shelves like hotcakes.
Yeah, I mean, that's a cost that I think when you're buying a system, you don't need to worry about. So, the system itself costs whatever, $300. And then, especially if you're, younger and your parents are buying it, it's okay, you got the system, but now you got to buy probably 2 games. If you have siblings back in the day, you would have had co-op on the same system, right? So then you got to buy another controller. So if you can do a pack in right away, it's a good idea.
Yeah. Now there's a new system coming to the market. Last month, I had the privilege of getting an advanced look at the super secret CD-ROM only game machine called the 3DO.
Time to play the game! We're getting there!
Jay's excited for the era where we talk about the Saturn and the 3DO and the CDI.
Sorry, Daddy. Continue.
It is perhaps the most technologically advanced game system ever created.
It still is, baby. It still is.
Is it? I have one. I have nothing for it. That is, if you can even call it a game system. It goes way beyond existing and way beyond existing and proposed video game technology, and it is an example of the type of system we will be playing games on in the future. The best news is that is projected to be on the way in stores as early as this fall. There is only one catch. Like any new state-of-the-art technology, it will not be cheap. In my interview with Trip Hawkins, president and CEO of 3DO, he stated that this system will retail for about $700.
Oh my god.
That is 3 times the amount of the other systems.
And it did come out. It was $7.99 Canadian, I think.
That's insane.
No word of a lie, it was. But it was basically kind of a computer, except it couldn't do any computer things other than play CD-ROM games. Anyway, keep going.
Uh-huh. He also mentioned that the price could drop to about $500 after the system has been on the market for a while. But looking at it from the average player's point of view, I feel like that should be average consumer. Anyways,
average player.
That still is a lot of money, with or without pack-in freebies. So, according to the $200 toy rule, the 3DO doesn't have a chance. But then, is it a toy? I don't know. It's not like video games consoles. I don't consider them toys.
What do you think, Chad? I've often said that, our Gen X era stopped playing with toys, and then we picked up video games, which I've always said they go hand in hand. I think they're toyish for sure. I think it's playing with action figures without the embarrassment of actually physically playing with action figures. You can play Legend of Zelda and you're like 16, 17 and you don't have that weird embarrassment. I'm not talking about adult collecting toys. That's not what I'm talking about like when you're at the age when you shouldn't play with them anymore. You pick up a controller, you can play Mario and Zelda, and you're still playing with these toys. They're just not physical. I don't know. I think they're toys. I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think I necessarily consider them toys.
That's fair. It's a good topic. What do you guys think? Chat, what do you think?
I'm trying to reason it in my head, but I can't really justify it. But for some reason, I don't equate gaming and consoles as toys in a sense. But I can see your reasoning behind it. But I don't know. It just never really seemed like a toy. It seems like.
Well, I mean, like a computer. See, if you had a CD-ROM back in the day, you could run Alone in the Dark and all the cool stuff back in the day. I don't consider that a toy because it's not just a plug in and play. Maybe the 3DO isn't considered a toy because there was a bit more to it. And I know like saving on a hard drive is like a joke now to us. That's normal. But back then, especially if you're a console player, that wasn't like a normal thing if you weren't a PC player. But I was, again, lucky enough. And I'm telling you, begged my mom for the 3DO, and she obliged after like many weeks of begging her and pleading my case of why this was different than the Genesis and why this was different than this and that. But yeah, you got it home and it just felt like it was on another level because you could play these PC CD-ROM games, and our family computer was not powerful enough to even run Doom, man. So to be able to play Alone in the Dark and all these full motion video games, Night Trap and all this stuff, it was cool, man. So I just contradicted myself a bit. So I don't know. I would still say overall toy. Anyway.
Dude, that brings up a good, cool question because like you said, there was that one system with a 3DO that you begged your mom to get that you wanted. I have a story like that, but mine was the Dreamcast. And I pestered my dad and my stepmom for like what seemed like probably a couple months. To the point where they just brought one home one day because they were just annoyed of myself and my brothers asking for one.
You're like, Mom, we're not going to shut up. So, I mean, it's just a matter of time, really, before we wear you down.
It's like that Simpsons episode where they're trying to go to the Splash Mountain or whatever.
Right.
They're just every waking moment, they're just begging.
Okay, let's see what the chat says here. This is good topic. Wake Up says, toys approved for adults. Isn't a quad just a toy for an adult?
We're not talking about adult toys here. That's a different.
Yeah, no. I mean, you can seriously hurt yourself on that. I wouldn't consider it like a dirt bike or anything like that a toy. I know what you're saying, like
Mount
adult toy.
Splashmore. Thank you.
I know
Average
what you're
gamer.
saying. Dale says I could say the same thing for the Neo Geo. Expensive for the system. The games are huge. Sure. There was just I would just say a Neo Geo was just a very expensive toy, like the 3DO, but I still think it is. Now, Mutron says playing a character in a game, going on an adventure was definitely an evolution of playing toys. 100% agree with Jay Bartlett. B-Man, what's going on? Be it playing with yourself or with a friend, it's a toy in my opinion. There you go.
Sheesh.
Interesting.
All right. No. I'm not saying against it. It's just in my mind, I never actually like thought of it as a toy.
Well, maybe you even look at when the Nintendo came to North America, it was marketed as a toy, and Mattel distributed it. It was marketed as a toy with the robot and the gun and all that because video games were so dead. And also why they called it an entertainment system, right? They didn't call it a video game because nobody wanted anything to do with that Atari, what Atari did.
Yeah.
It's interesting. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer, chat, by the way. It's just
no
point of view for sure.
Where were we? Is it a toy? There it is. Okay. The 3DO is designed to have expansion in mind. So were the game systems, but because of their bare bones CPU and memory, the Super NES and Genesis would choke and bog down if real broadcast quality full motion video was fed through their meager CPU. Not so with the 3DO. I like it. That just like rhymed. That was kind of fun. Not so with the 3DO. That should have been like one of their taglines. They should have used that. Also with Time Warner, as in 7 million cable TV subscribers behind this system, Tripp hinted that this box does have additional uses beyond playing video games. The 3DO with an optional module and tied into the new fiber optic 1,000-channel cable network TV network. Oh, that's a weird word jumble. Just could be sitting on top of your TV in the not too distant future. A toy, the 3DO certainly isn't. What instead we might be seeing later this year when it comes out is the future of video games.
Interesting. Great editorial by Ed. You could also say that PC games, a lot of them were adult themed, such as Leisure Suit Larry. I don't know. We'll throw out some. I don't know a whole lot of like early 90s PC stuff.
Like a lot. Yeah, like Leisure Suit Larry, like King's Quest. Even like a lot of like predominant like PC gaming was geared toward a more like mature audience, like more mature undertones for the stories and stuff. Yeah, you know.
Ghetto, I know you do, buddy. I know you do. So that would be like,
Space Quest.
The 3DO had, Alone in the Dark, Night Trap, definitely not kids' games. Then they had the softcore adult, not games, but videos that were sold. We've seen a few of those on our treks.
I mean, those like adult poker games that you would find?
The woman from the cover of the Blink-182 album. You guys know, I always forget her name. I know her. I know her. She's a very famous porn actress from the 2000s. I just can't remember her name. Who's the woman on the Blink album? You guys will know in the chat. So there's those videos, the softcore pornography videos, and then there was like games like Neurodancer, and Plumbers Don't Wear Ties that really skated on interactive adult entertainment. So this is where you're getting a shift. 3DO was on another level, not just in terms of price like the Neo Geo, but of content. It felt like a computer.
Mm-hmm.
It really did.
I have mine right here still.
Come on.
We should have figured one out. I should have got a 3DO game. I need to get 3DO.
Long name. That's her name, really? It's not okay. I believe you.
Long name.
I always want to say Jenna Jameson. I know they kind of look similar, but 3DO has a look up Neurodancer, Cutthroat. I rented it. I'm not ashamed. I rented it. Yeah, full nudity in that one. We're getting to that era. All right, let's get into this issue. That was a good editorial. Good read, Will. Good read.
I felt like it was long.
Oh yeah, Dale Duke Nukem. Yep, that was pretty adult. There was some.
Yeah, but there was like Duke Nukem 3D got more adult. The original Duke Nukem wasn't like super adult though. I don't remember.
There was tongue-in-cheek humor. There was
Yeah.
strippers on poles, right?
No, but that's Duke Nukem 3D. There was a Duke Nukem before that was a side-scrolling shooter.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Boom. Okay. Letters to the editor. Yeah, look at all the graphics. It's all different now.
Interface.
Street Fighter 2 boss codes. Okay, well, let's get into that. Again, we're in 93, but Street Fighter fever is hot. In terms of the arcades, Champion Edition is still the latest version of the 5 Street Fighters that are out. So we got a long way to go. But everyone at home is wanting to know if you can play the bosses, because at this point in console gaming, the World Warrior is the only one out. And I think there was like Game Genies you could use the bosses, but it was like a weird hack, right? Because they're obviously not programmed. So I think you could use like Sagat and Bison, but you couldn't have any of their moves. I don't know. Maybe my memory is remembering something different. This is from Ted Knight from Nashville, Tennessee. Super NES Street Fighter 2 boss codes. Okay, you guys have proven yourself over and over again that you are the one source that can go in for the Street Fighter 2 scoop. You have given us codes that even Capcom doesn't know about. What? And you have kept us informed on the latest Street Fighter 2 news, but when you say there aren't any boss codes, I just don't believe you. Lots of players at my school say they have accidentally stumbled into the secret boss code. None have been able to duplicate it, though. Why is there so much secrecy about this trick? I love stuff like this, guys.
Just the rumor mill at the playground?
The schoolyard, yep. I heard you could play Vega in Street Fighter. Oh, yeah, I got to the screen once. No, you didn't. Did too. Anyway.
But the fun things like that happen, like the Mortal Kombat fatalities, people figuring them out in the arcades, like people would say that stuff and never believe it. And then it actually was like reality. You're like, yeah, like some of this stuff actually did it, right? Like you weren't told about it, a lot of this stuff.
Guys, before we continue, we are trying to hit a member count of 10 on the stream. So anyone feel like supporting the stream, please do so. Gifted memberships are a great way to grow our community. This
is Jay's job. You guys gotta, if anybody, keep him here doing what he does. Any support always helps.
There you go. Thanks, Willie. My friends say, this is from Josh Keeley from Philadelphia. My friends say that the boss code in Street Fighter 2 is related to the blood types of all the characters and involves a lot of clockwise and counterclockwise movements on the stick. I've tried all the possibilities, but none of them work. What is the secret?
Bum, bum, bum.
And then before we get to the the answer, we got one more. And this is from Randy from Stockton, Cali. And my microphone keeps turning down.
It just started doing that. It wasn't doing that earlier.
It wasn't doing that before. Let me try and lock it. See if that locks it in place. I heard that a Japanese magazine printed a boss code for Street Fighter 2 a couple months ago. A kid at school has a Japanese copy of the game and says that it works. But when I asked him for it, he wouldn't give it to me, as he said that Capcom changed the code for the US version. Can you tell me what the new code is? And the response is you can finally play as the bosses in the Super Nintendo version of Street Fighter 2. Rumors continue to persist around the proverbial Street Fighter 2 boss code trick. As we stated in the past, there aren't any methods within the game itself that let you play as the bosses. While many players have heard about a trick, nobody's been able to prove it, as the letters above indicate. We have been investigating the issue quite diligently, though, and we have discovered an indirect way that let you play as any of the 4 bosses. Okay, do you remember this one?
No.
I remember having to use like an action replay or something. I don't remember an actual code, but you have to have the Super Nintendo Game Genie, though. There you go. Here's how you do it. You put in the code blank, Go to the versus mode. Have both controllers plugged in as you choose Ryu and Ken. Then press start on each controller. This will give you the normal stage selection. Player 1 should select the area of the boss they want to play as. You will then go to that screen. The second player will be able to play the boss of that stage. Imagine being able to do Bison's flaming torpedo. Awesome. While this code isn't perfect and it glitches once in a while, it works for all the bosses. Special thanks goes out to T. Melby for providing us with this super code. Stay tuned. And T. Melby, by the way, is the guy who started Twitch. He's such a brain in the gaming industry. You heard it here first, folks. All right, Willie, you're up.
Ooh. I keep like trying to scroll down and then it like jumps to the next page. I'm like, stop it. Let's see. Rumors.
Here's whatever you want, yeah.
Rumors. I read it in another magazine. What the frick? The audacity of reading another magazine.
How rude.
Jeez. That Sega's Phantasy Star 4 is coming to the Sega CD. You're behind the screens on PS4. Wait a minute. We're going to the future?
PS4. I got it.
Last issue really cleared the air about the cartridge version. Any word on the CD game? That comes from Dominic Schwebke in Toronto, Ontario.
We saw Dominic yesterday.
Yeah, it's still down that way. Yeah, he's out there. Still playing that Phantasy Star 4.
It's his favorite game.
Yeah, he wouldn't stop talking about it.
Won't stop playing it. Some say it's a problem.
Don't hold your breath for the CD, Dominic. Last October, the cart was only 15% done, and it isn't scheduled to come out in Japan until the end of this year. Then add on a few months of for the English version, and you're looking at 1994.
Whoa, the future.
Jeez. With the 32-bit Giga Drive and CD-ROM also scheduled for 1994, PS5, Phantasy Star 5, I guess I'll just say, CD could very well be on one of the first 32-bit discs. Huh.
Interesting.
I believe $5 off coupons.
I believe that was the last one we got until Phantasy Star Online on Dreamcast. 4 was the last one.
Yeah, that's still one series I never got. Well, because I never played a lot of like Sega stuff. So I want to try to find the first one and maybe give it a go, or maybe the second one. Was it the second one you said was better?
No, the first one's better.
Oh.
Yeah, the first one's better. Raj, good to see you. Yeah, we're not doing Sundays anymore. So Will and I will be doing our stuff on Fridays now.
Yeah, every Friday it's going to be us together doing something. I'd like to get back to that Split Fiction as well, or Split Fiction as well.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction was a good game.
Yeah, Pulp Fiction? Yeah, it's great.
Sega, we need more RPGs, says Dave Zarlips of Clinton, Michigan, Missouri, whatever. 'Tis the season for sequels. We now have Sonic 2, Road Rash 2, and Streets of Rage 2. The list goes on and on. What we really need to know is what about Shining in the Darkness 2? You previously ran pictures of a Japanese game, Shining Force, that looked like it would be a sequel, but you didn't say whether it was going to be coming to the US or not. I was hooked on the first game for 2 months, and this is one cart that really deserves a follow-up. Thanks for your letter, Dave. Sega has really been lagging behind in the RPG area. Stupid microphone. Golly, it's only with this program, man. Anyway, they used to give us at least one good game every year, but things have dried up. They are promising to have something at the Consumer Electronics Show, so watch for the latest info in the March issue. In Japan, Shining Force was the second in the series of role-playing games, and the third is a newer game called Landstalker. If Sega was smart, they would bring this version over here, because it's hot.
Hot.
Yeah, Shining in the Darkness was okay. It's a pretty good game. I don't know. I don't have much to say about it. I haven't played it since I was a kid.
I kind of want to read the letter of the month one. Psycho letter of the month.
Oh yeah, let's do it.
Okay, I just want to make sure I'm reading this right. So no. So I think the response is actually at the top, and then the actual one is in the middle. So we're gonna do this in reverse.
Why is it so small?
Yeah, it's weird, right? Because it looks like it was like typed out on a typewriter in the picture. But I don't know why they would put his letter below and then their blurb at the top. I feel like we should read the letter first, right?
Yeah, we got to do one of these in your face EGM shirts too at some point.
That'd be cool. Should
They're
we do the voice?
Pretty sick.
You think this guy has that voice? We could do the voice. We haven't brought the voice out in a little bit.
Do the voice. Do it.
Hey, EGM guys. I'm proud to announce that I found the mysterious Sushi X's true ID.
Oh, no.
While Street Fighter 2 players were looking for a Japanese player, I discovered that the famed Sushi X is actually Prince Charles of Wales.
Oh, my God.
So that is why he has been late to the palace lately. Enclosed in my envelope is a photo of Sushi when he was in the bathroom at my local mall.
You took a
Getting
picture
ready
of
to
play. What?
Getting ready to play against our local Street Fighter 2 champion.
Whoa. 1993. We did not have phones that could take photos. What are you doing? Just walking around with a weird camera in the
he had the telescopic lens on it and everything, just taking a picture over the stall.
That's a little weird.
This guy gets that voice for sure. Yeah.
After realizing that he had taken this photo, Sushi, or shall I say, the prince, attempted to take the film, and I led a great chase until I lost him behind a Mortal Kombat machine.
Oh my God. This guy is a psycho. Oh my God.
Running over to the 1 hour photo stand, I had this pic developed and quickly wrote this letter and sent it to you guys. I hope Prince Sushi will not be too angry with me, but I would do anything for a tad bit of fame. Avidly yours, Dan Matarazzo.
Okay, so if that is a real picture, Dan, why does he have pencil crayon pants? Why does he have pencil crayon pants? Someone answer that for me. Christoph, what is up? Willie, you're gonna have to pronounce that one for me.
What?
Name on the screen. I don't want to mess it up.
Oh, Aguido.
Aguido, there we go. Welcome, my friend. Yeah,
Am I okay? Christoph, I've never been okay.
Aguido, I am the world's worst pronouncer of anything, so my apologies. Welcome to the stream. Okay, let's read that reply.
Not bad, Dan. We've been wondering why Sushi has been eating tea and crumpets lately. It all began a while back, though. He started yelling, "Die, die," when he was playing Martin at Street Fighter 2. Little did we know that he was just lonely for his Princess Di. And she thought it was spending all his time in the Navy. Anyway, you can bet that the British government is going to be furious about this clandestine photos. And they have people who will take care of their dirty work. Better watch out if you see Roger Moore walking next to you. Remember, he has a license to kill. Congratulations on In Your Face t-shirt from EGM.
That was an embarrassing reply from, I think it's Ed. I don't know. Either way.
It doesn't say who replied to that one.
Moving on.
It could have been Prince Charles himself.
Pencil crayon pants himself. This one is Mortal Kombat for the Super NES from Gary from Washington. Since you guys are the first, last, and only word in video games, I have a question I hope you can help me with. I am a huge fan of Mortal Kombat, and I'm wondering if there's going to be any home version of the game on any one of the main 16-bit machines, hopefully Super Nintendo. The game does possess scenes of graphic violence, but they only enhance the realism of the gameplay. I know. I know when you punch a guy and 40 gallons of blood comes out. That's pretty realistic. I'm just saying. I know North America. I know Nintendo of America delayed the release of Street Fighter 2 because of a few scenes that were a little bloody. But will they do that with Mortal Kombat once they get their hands on the gore in that cart? I wonder if he was going to have a chance on a home system. Says Gary from Washington. Thank you for your letter, Gary. Here's my answer. Acclaim has obtained the rights. Shout out to Acclaim, by the way, who's coming back, baby. They're coming back in a big way. We got Game Informer coming back, and we got Acclaim coming back. Let's go. Let's go. Acclaim has obtained the rights from Midway to do the arcade smash at Mortal Kombat for the home video game systems. JP, Timmy Lowe in the house. Good to see you guys.
What's going on, friends?
Great news, Gary. Acclaim has announced that they will be doing the mega hot quarter muncher Mortal Kombat for the 16-bit systems. Very little information is presently available, and as how they expect to get Nintendo to approve of all the blood and violence is anyone's guess. We should have more information next issue after we come back from the Winter Consumer Electronics Show.
Bum bum.
Mortal Kombat's coming home. About time. It's only been 50 years. Right on.
Ow.
Before Will reads the next one, guys, 10 minutes, we'll be doing our Legend of Zelda Bowler's giveaway. So if you guys are interested in that, stick around right at 11.
Two-player Final Fight CD. I don't think that's very interesting.
Oh, but if it was Streets of Rage.
Yeah, maybe that'd be more interesting.
Who Game Boy accessories?
I really like these. Nintendo Power used to do this a lot. Was showcasing. Remember, people would write and like draw on the envelopes they would send in and stuff on the side here. I freaking love these.
Like this is like one of a kind art. I mean,
Yeah.
unless they took a picture, like a Polaroid of their own art,
Mhm.
like these envelopes are going to get beat to hell going through the mail too.
Some of these are great. Like look
really
at
cool.
the Sonic one up there in the top corner is awesome.
Very, very cool.
Is that?
Absolutely.
I don't know if is that Michael Jackson, but it has earrings. Who is that?
That's not Michael. That might be. It looks like Valus.
Mm.
Maybe.
Why is
I don't
Toad
know.
on fire? Poor Toad.
Oh, that's Super Sonic, right? The yellow Sonic.
Yeah, when was Super Sonic introduced?
I want to say Sonic CD. You guys tell me in the chat. Was it Sonic 3 or Sonic CD? I think it was CD. The first Super Sonic appearance. Anyone know?
Were these out in 93? How is Super Sonic a thing?
Oh, yeah. It must have been Sonic CD. Yeah, you're right. There you go. Just answered it. Never mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I was just thinking of the time frame. I was like, I thought Super Sonic was like a newer thing, but maybe I'm wrong.
Timmy thinks it was Sonic 2. I don't think so.
Really?
Really? Oh, we got two. Got 2 votes. Hey, I believe you guys. There you go.
Maybe I
Super
need
Sonic?
to
Really?
maybe I get to get those Sonic games. I don't remember. Well,
92.
I've played very little Sonic. I think I played the first 2 stages on the first Sonic.
Oh, there you
I
go.
can't even
3.
remember.
JP Ghetto Timmy say 92 Sonic 2. Thanks.
Okay.
Appreciate that, boys. Let's skip the Game Boy stuff.
Yeah.
Ooh, look at this cool guy with his Sega CD.
That's the Sega CD you wanted. Remember we saw
Yeah.
that at We Got Games?
I do. I remember. I bet you it's still there, man. Bet you it's still there. All right. Review crew. We'll do a couple games and then we'll do our giveaway. So let's see what Steve and the gang has been up to this last month. Steve Harris, the big boss, has been under the weather. What a great excuse to stay home and play games. Current favorite games are Bubsy and Flashpoint.
Yeah.
Bubsy.
Yeah, that just writes Steve off now at this point. Writing him off. He's done. Cut him out. Get rid of him.
And what he's
Bubsy.
Yeah. But Bubsy's not good. I mean, it's fun to make fun of, but it's not good. Sorry, any Bubsy fans out there, but
I thought you were a Bubsy fan. You bought Bubsy. You have to be a Bubsy fan.
It's because it's bad. I love it because it's horrible, right? Yeah, Bubsy. I missed my window on Bubsy for PS5 or the PS4. They did like a remaster. I remember looking at it and I was just like, lame. Anyway, all right. What's Ed been doing, Willie?
Ed was away checking out the 3DO and now wants one for Christmas. He'll settle for a Sega CD though. Okay.
Current favorite game?
I don't know. What is a weird blurb of that? That's just okay. He'll settle for a Sega CD. Great.
So we're supposed to read this when we're like 15 years old and be like, Mom, we need to send Ed a Sega CD. We have to. I don't know. I'm just saying. I think this is a little bit of bull because I think that they probably have their own machines. I'm just saying.
100%
I don't know.
They do. They get them sent to the office.
But I know, but they have a Sega CD and a Super and all that. But do you think there's just one Sega CD for the entire EGM office, or do you think
no? There's multiple.
No,
they would have to have multiple of them, right?
Okay.
Because like you can't just have one person only reviewing. You know, taking you swap it out and be like, oh, I'm going to review this copy of, I don't know, what Sonic 3D or whatever. I don't know 3DO and Sega CD games, but yeah, like you'd have to have a few people that would do different games, right? So you'd have to have multiple consoles.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay, so we're going to review Out of This World. Anybody who's a fan of rotoscope animation, i.e. Filmation stuff, Masters of the Universe, Black Star, Brave Star, you're familiar with that animation style. That's the best examples I can come up with. This game will use that. Like Prince of Persia too, if you're a PC player. So the movements looked ultra realistic because they were actually mocapped. In not so many words. Out of This World was good. It was a pretty big achievement at the time, if you guys remember it. It used polygons. It looked completely different. It wasn't sprite based. I don't know. Playing it now, it's not so good. But back then, like this and like flashback stuff like that was just fantastic. But anyway, it looks like the review crew loved it. Steve gives it a 9. This game does a brilliant job of combining the game, technique, visual presentation, and storyline. I'm absolutely amazed by the quality of this title. The gameplay can't really be described as action, but the unfolding plot and manner of interface creates a cerebral experience that just can't be found in any other game. All right.
This one game I've always wanted to try, I just never got around to. I've always heard good things about this game.
Yeah, and it's Editor's Choice Gold. That's pretty tight. That's pretty tight.
Let's see. Ed. Oh, they're on the sides here. Okay. That's confusing. I feel like they should be on the top of it. Doesn't that make any sense instead of the side? They're just trying to be too edgy. I don't like
I don't know what's with the layout here. They completely changed it. It's anyway.
Truly amazing. Other than Sonic 2, OOTW is easily the best thing to come out to the Genesis all year. The graphics are exceptional, and the gameplay is challenging, and you really have to think to get through this game. A perfect blend of action and adventure, real smooth animation. Don't miss this cart.
Timmy says, yeah, it was different, but honestly, I didn't like it. It was very much like Dragon's Lair, where you have to play over and over again to figure it out what to do next. Yeah, a lot of trial and error. Yeah, I would agree with that. I liked it, Timmy, just for the fact that it was, because again, back then, right, we're always traveling towards realism in terms of graphics. That's all that mattered. The closer to reality, the better, right? So this was the next step with these polygon graphics. So, but yeah, I'm kind of with you there. It wasn't the greatest. Mo, good morning. What's going on, buddy? Okay, we'll do one more game, and then we're gonna have our Bullers giveaway. Oh my God, Wayne's World.
Wayne's World.
Wayne's World. Anybody play this dumpster fire? I smell a Monday hell ride. Wayne's World, perhaps by THQ. THQ's good. How can this be? How can this be bad? A game based on one of the hit movies from 1992. Will and THQ sounds like a win, right?
Does it? Does it? The movies are great. I don't see how you can make a video game out of it.
Ooh, Sushi X gave it a 3. Interesting. HCC says Wayne's World
Prince Charles
was not great. Oh, sorry, Prince Charles with his crayon pants. Okay, so Steve gives it a 5. While the setup is pure Wayne's World, the execution of the game is your standard run and shooting side scroller. The look and feel of the cart's graphics are good, but the lack of real technique left me sort of flat. There's a lot to interact with, and most of the dangers are simply obstacles and not animated enemies. Yeah, so the first level, you're in a music store. So it's like the things they're trying to get you are like a patch cord, a snare drum, a guitar. It's just nonsense like that, right? Average Gamer says, for the Monday Hell Ride? Okay. All right. It's a good possibility for sure. JP rented Wayne's World. Okay, let's see what Ed says.
Can I have a complaint about this setup now?
Yeah.
Like, okay, so I get it, like, but they don't have their names now on these parts.
They never did. It was only on the first.
Yeah, but even on the first one, it's not in the same order because they did the 4 thing on the first one. So now, like, it's all over the place.
Well, Steve, Ed, Martin.
I know. I'm just saying they're not marketing it. I'm just saying.
We know because we're regulars. The chat knows because they're regulars. But anyone picking it up for the first time, sure. Gito says, I saw that, Willie. What did you do, Will?
What did I do?
What did he do, Gito? You tell me.
I don't know what's going on. Don't worry about it, Gito.
Oh, I just closed it. My bad.
What did you close?
I closed the magazine.
Oh, you closed the thingy.
Yeah.
Well, wait. I'll read it when you get it back up.
Oh, you can go ahead. All
right. I have to give it to THQ one thing. This game does capture the flavor of the movie. However, I like to play a game for its gameplay rather than for its movie tie-in. The game is okay and probably best suited for the younger player, but I didn't find the real challenge other than jumping around. Average, but not great.
But I don't know any kids that watch Wayne's World. I guess it wasn't too adult, right? It was like a Billy Madison kind of comedy. So I don't know. Was Wayne's World adult, guys? I don't even know. I don't think it was that bad.
I feel like there's like some like sexual overtones and stuff in it that probably would be like not appropriate for kids. Like the whole swing thing,
Yeah, I know the swing thing.
The swing thing.
Before we get to the hunt for Red October, ladies and gentlemen, it is time.
We ready?
Time. Can't play the trailer music because there's Zelda stuff in it. However, Bargain, good to see you just in time, buddy. So we are giving away, thanks to our pals at bullairs.com, a pair of traditional Zelda with the green tunic, or if you like the Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, blue tunic style. You can choose. Okay? So you have to have me on socials. Whoever wins, contact me sometime today. The earlier, the better. I would say before 2:00 Eastern. Okay. And we'll get you that code that you will then just message Tom over on Bull Air's Instagram. Really easy. Say, hey, I won on Jay's stream. Here's the code. Boom. The only thing is, again, we are not responsible for shipping, my friends. So you have to pay the shipping. Okay. Everyone who wants to be entered into the contest, which Willie will do a dice roll here.
I'm doing the dice roll?
Well, I can roll it. I'll just throw the number out. Or if you got a dice, Let's
hold on.
Anyone who wants to be in the contest, please type the number 1. And then we'll get you in, and we're going to do a random roll here. No trivia today. We're not making you work for it. We're not making you work.
We'll use a D20.
Rusty, good to see you. How are you?
Got a nice purple D20 here. We'll use that and
Okay, so the first person is Ghetto. Will, so Ghetto is where you're going to count the first one, and you can count down from there. Anyone else who wants to get in, type number 1 in the chat. These are good. These are a couple $100 pair of shoes. They're high quality. This is a Buller's jacket based on Captain and the Game Master. Same deal. Look at this. Look at this stuff. It's amazing.
I like that jacket.
Good quality stuff. Okay, I will hand it over to Willie. He's going to do the dice roll, and he's going to call out the winner. Are you ready, Will?
Oh, I see now. Okay, I think I get it now. Hold on.
Yeah, so Ghetto is the very first one on the top. He was the first one, so he'll be number 1.
Okay, here we go. Ready?
Let's do it.
We got number 14.
Count it down, buddy.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So we only had 13 participants. So we just go with 13 then?
You go back to the top.
Oh, we go back to the top? So I guess that means Ghetto goes. Then we go up to Ghetto.
Ghetto Finger Gaming. Boom. Congratulations, my friend. There you go. Let's go.
Congratulations, Ghetto!
Ghetto has won his choice of Tears of the Kingdom or OG style. Good job, buddy. You won this one, my friend. So good for you. Good for you. Very happy for you. Just message me, dude, anytime before 2. I'll get you that code, and you're going to message Bull Airs on Instagram, obviously with the blue check mark, okay? Good stuff, guys, and thanks again to Bull Airs. Again, we'll just play that one last time for those guys. Always big supporters of my channel, so I appreciate that. Good stuff. Good stuff.
Okay, so we're going to what we got? The Hunt for the Red Nothings.
Back to the read. Yeah, we're reviewing the Hunt for Red October, or they're reviewing the Hunt for Red October. Okay, so this is for Super Nintendo by High Tech, who I don't even recall. Steve gave it a 5. This game has absolutely nothing to do with the movie, and even as the action card portrays itself as it ends up falling short. The pace of the action in the side-scrolling areas is way too slow. But the intensity does pick up in the first-person shooter sections. The best improvement, by the way. There's not much, but it does have an identity. Can you make a video game chat on the Hunt for Red October? Could you really do that though? I don't know, man. What do you think, Will?
I don't know. It's just submarine battles. Really, do you have to follow that closely to the movie? Just go murder stuff.
You heard it there first. Go murder stuff. WillyLo, 2025.
Yeah, that's 2025, Willie. Just go murder stuff.
Go get him. All right. Let's see what Ed has to say.
The Super Scope needs help. At least this game is a step in the right direction. The idea of mixing the action is good, but it has to deliver. This card is okay, but not exceptional. This is the Super NES, and I think games should be made to fit the system. I kept looking for the action to really heat up, but it was only average.
Well, it's better than what Steve gave it. What the heck, chat, is Firepower 2000? It's by the mighty Sunsoft for the Super Nintendo.
I've never heard of this.
Yeah. 8. Hey, got pretty good scores.
Just a shooter.
Top-down shooter, yeah. If you look at the game, if you look at this game from two sides as Jeep battle and helicopter battle, you get two different scores. Okay? The Jeep action is awkward and difficult to control, but the overhead helicopter mode dishes up some of the best vertical scroll action on the Super NES that it's ever seen. Not a lot of Mode 7 flash, just solid gameplay. 8. That's. I feel like the score is way higher than what he was describing, but it's still solid.
Yeah, I was thinking like a 6 or a 7 from what he was talking about there.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do that though. They seem to like under talk about the game, but then give it like the higher score. I don't know the reasoning behind that. It's weird.
I don't recall this game at all. I'm sure if you showed me the box art, I would be like, oh, that one. But just by this. Yeah, I feel like because, we're such fans of the actual artistry, like the box art, that these reviews should have shown like a little, what the box art looks like too. That would have been cool. But anyway. You're up.
Ed also gave it an 8. Now, this is a spectacular shooter. Only Space Megaforce can top this hot action cart.
Ooh.
Great power-ups, intense action, and a very difficult mission make this shooter's paradise. Lots of things to blow up, and not for the inexperienced player. Definitely the Super NES game to get this month. Huh.
Well, I might have to look. And we're both big Sunsoft fans. Maybe it's a hidden gem.
Maybe. I do like Sunsoft. What is this? Head lube and oil change for Mystic Quest? That's another one's on my list, though.
Oh, yeah. I forgot about that one. Oh, here you go, Batstan.
Batstan! Dragon's Lair?
Dragon's Lair for the Super Nintendo by Data East, who's a pretty respectable company, I got to say. I think they're pretty good. Raj, what are you saying, buddy? I know P90's stream is late 10 p.m. on a Tuesday and Thursday, but if you can, pop in for a few minutes. Oh, much too late for me, my friend. Much too late for me. I can make it to his Sunday morning ones, but yeah.
Jay turns into a pumpkin after like 9:30.
Yeah, I would if I could. Yeah, he's P90 is awesome, man. He's a very entertaining streamer. Okay, so Steve gives it a 6. This game has some great graphics, fluid animation, and a real challenge, but I dislike the controls. They have a sluggish response, and it prevents any real quick action to develop. I feel like Dragon's Lair is really not known for that anyway, but what is here, however, is a really pretty fun, although intense action freaks might be disappointed. Love the lingo. I like the scope of this adventure. 6.
I've never been a fan of Dragon's Lair. I don't know.
Yeah, the Don Bluth art is just, it's what does it, right? Like
it's very cool looking. Like that stuff, like the art style is really cool, but yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'd be more interested in this, I think, than the traditional Dragon's Lair though.
Yeah, when we went to Tilt, we're both very unfamiliar with Space Ace, and we both tried it. And we were just like, are we even going now, or like, are we playing? Yeah, but yeah,
that game was. I'm not a fan. I don't. I know people love that game. It's just not for me.
Echo was good. Yeah, Echo the Dolphin's also a hard bargain. It is a good game though.
Let's see here. Where am I? Don't expect to blow through this game in one sitting. While it isn't an extremely difficult game, it is more frustrating until you master the way of the game controls. The graphics are top-notch and the sound is quite respectable, though. Learn the controls and anticipate the enemy, and you'll be okay in this game. Not bad.
Interesting. Okay, Chalkin. Who remembers Chalkin? Chalkin's got some great box art. This is one that I always saw at Jumbo Video, or the Nintendo headquarters was another rental place we had. I always saw Chalkin, but I never ever played it. Even to this day, I've never played Chalkin. It's a side scroller, and it's like, I don't know, you're kind of like some undead guy, Grim Reaper guy, I think, something like that. So it gets a 6 from Steve. Steve might be a little grumpy today. Chalkin has an eerie mood and unique look that wasn't particularly awe-inspiring, but nevertheless did add to the mood of the play. The action does require that a certain sense of technique develop is how you interact with the enemy environment that must be overcome. That doesn't even make any sense. but it wasn't anything that I really got into. Is it Chalkin like Dawkin? Maybe. Do you remember Chalkin? You remember Chalkin HGC? Everyone, like, if you like, everyone remembers what the cover looks like, right? For Chalkin, everybody does.
Do I?
You can go. I'll bring it up here.
Oh, okay. I was actually just gonna go look it up. I'm like, I don't remember this game. It sounds like something I would probably have liked.
StreamYards lets us save stuff now, and we don't have to convert it to a PDF file, so it's nice.
Chalkin is an exceptionally well-played game. It is a bit on the hard side for the average player, as successful gameplay will require either a lot of trial and error or good technique. The large amount of spells is a plus, and knowing when to use them is part of the fun. If you're a good player, make this your game. Give it an 8.
Yeah, this is when I figure like I should pick up. Like, it's, you guys will recognize it right off the bat.
Well, that's why. No, I don't, but that's because I've never done the Genesis stuff.
Yeah.
But I think when we do plan to verge into like getting into the Genesis stuff, so I may have to add this to the potential Genesis list.
Yeah, so who remembers Chalkin? Yeah, there you go. See, yeah, Josh, once you see the cover, you're like, ah, yes. I remember Cockin. Whoa. Like Cockapants. Echo the Dolphin.
This is
old.
My wife Ashley. This is one of her favorite games.
Echo the Dolphin, really?
Yep.
Interesting. I know it's very difficult. I can honestly say I've never owned Echo, but it was one of Sega's big franchises back in the day. What's up, K-Mac? Echo the Dolphin gets an 8 from Steve. This one barely missed my best of the month vote. Echo is the best combination of action and adventure I've seen in a long time. The control and technique is superb, and the overall size of the quest that confronts your dolphin is immense. Great action, great story, and great gameplay and graphics add to making a stunning game. Let's go.
I just don't think I understood Echo whenever I tried to play it.
It's like Metroidvania style, but you're a dolphin. Yeah, it's very difficult from what I remember.
Yeah.
All right. You're up there, Ed.
Sorry, I was distracted. I was looking up Echo the Dolphin. I was like, how much is Echo the Dolphin nowadays?
Look, guys, he's hunting hot sauce on the damn show, for God's sakes.
Never stop. That's what we talked about yesterday. Can't stop, won't stop. This was the top secret game that Sega was raving about, but not showing anything. They were right, as this game deserves all the praises that we can dish out. Everything from the animation to the quest to the sound and graphics is almost perfect. The idea is new and innovative. The hot Sega game this month.
This month.
I think we forgot an H, but we're still going to say this month.
The hot Sega game this month. Whatever. Yeah, WillyLo should get Echo on Sega Genesis, Josh says.
Hey, K-Mac.
Yeah, I would agree. We got a couple 3 turbo games. Nice.
There's a Sega CD version of Echo? Is it better?
I don't know.
I don't even know if my Sega CD attachment works. I haven't used that thing.
Josh, do you know, is it a direct sequel, or is it just like a port with some new full motion video and some sound improvements? Do you know? Or is it like a completely different game? That I don't know. Super Buster Brothers. Once again, and okay, we love Turbo to death. But if you look at the developers of all 3 of these games, this is the one thing that plagued the TurboGrafx, which Hudson had to develop most of the games. Later, Turbo Technologies Incorporated was formed when NEC left. They didn't want anything to do with it. So Turbo Technologies Incorporated is pretty much Hudson Soft. So as you can see, every game they make, you just can't sustain that, right?
Yeah.
It sucks. Like the Turbo is one of the best, but you can see it's coming to a close here. Super Buster Brothers for the Turbo Duo gets a 4 from Steve. Although this game has a certain appealing charm to it, I still find its goals to be too repetitious and lacking enough action to sustain play. The graphics aren't particularly interesting, and the sound effects, while good for the most part, don't add anything to the mix. The game, while executed well, is about 10 years too late.
Rip. Rip.
Brutal.
Hold on. Gotta zoom in for my old man eyes here. For a while, this game is fun, but it really is the same thing over and over again. I normally like these types of games, but variety is important, and there just isn't enough of it here. It isn't just this version either. It was done as it was done very well. What? It isn't just this version either, as it was done very well. Even the Super NES copy had the same problems.
Okay, so the Turbo port is no different in terms of quality from the Super Nintendo one.
Yeah, I just feel like there's a better way to say that.
Yo, for sure.
Ugh. Ah.
Cutthroat says Turbo for life. You got that right. Jay, right now I'm boiling and then frying some sweet potatoes and stir frying some tomatoes. If you were close, I'd ask you if you wanted some lunch. Buddy, mail them. We're both down. Send some to Will and myself. I'm down.
Yep. I'm in.
Samurai Ghost, once again by Turbo Technologies Incorporated, another 4. Here's a cool idea that becomes disjointed and in the course of execution. While the game does display some visual pizzazz, it seems like it's an expense of that was my first mess up. It seems like it's at the expense of the gameplay. Although there's nothing wrong with this cart, today's players have grown to expect more out of their fighting games, and Ghost just does not deliver. 4.
If there's one good thing to say, this game looks very good. The gameplay suffers because of the large character size, but this works to its benefit. Of some of the more inexperienced players as this... Okay, this is a huge... What is going on here? The gameplay suffers because of the large character size, but this works to the benefit of some of the more inexperienced players as the slow speed allows for more reaction time. That is a really long run-on sentence.
Ed is like got away with words this issue. It's crazy. He's going off.
It is a fun game, but just not fast enough for me. 6.
And the third TurboGrafx game to be reviewed is Summer Assault.
Looks like is that the pink thing that you're playing as? Is that like a slinky? Everybody loves a slinky.
Once again, Turbo Technologies Incorporated. 7 from Steve. What the duo needs is some more fresh and innovation injections of pure originality. One of the many elements of Summer Assault succeeds in delivering. While the controls take a little to get used to, this one is the first scrolling action games that wraps up the best of the best and tosses all into a somewhat new style of gameplay. So yeah, looks like you're a slinky. I mean, that's kind of original idea. I would get behind that.
Yeah.
Behind this.
Yeah.
Stop the evil sorcerers from taking over the world in an action-packed Summer Assault for the Turbo Duo. Hey, I'm down for this one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
HGC says Ed has been pulling off all-nighters with these reviews. These guys need to use punctuation, Moisley says.
Yeah, because like when it starts to just keep going on without any like stopping point, my brain's like, what is going on? And then I think there's something wrong.
Yeah, and your voice too, right? Like you're trying to make it flow with it, but it's all just like anyway.
Yeah, when it's a run-on sentence, you're just like droning on. Like
run-on sentence. There you go. Thank you, Will. Run-on sentence from Miles. There you go.
Now this is a great game. Whoever would think that a Slinky would be a hero? More games like this are needed badly. Great power-ups add to your weapon strength and help you get through some of the more difficult mazes. Good job, TTI. Now let's see a sequel. This is the turbo game to get this month. I've never heard of this, but I'm kind of curious. Somersault.
Summer Assault.
Salt.
Well,
Summer Assault.
it'll be in a duo case, so it's going to be it'll be worth money. It's one of the later ones
last
released.
Yeah.
Monica, what's going on? How you doing? Welcome to the stream.
Hi, Monica.
Loving the English teacher commentary reading these. Yeah, I'm bad at pronouncing usernames, and I think we're both bad at reading these, but we're trying. We're trying.
Listen.
You're
Sometimes
bad
the
too.
mess ups are for the entertainment of others.
The Terminator. Oh, everyone who loves the Terminator, here you go. Arnold's back. Did he ever leave? He's been here since Conan. He never left. The Terminator by Mindscape for the NES in 1993, ladies and gentlemen. We're still getting Nintendo games. This is great. This is a good thing. Apparently not with this one, though. 5 from Steve. Although the pace of the action in Terminator should have picked up, I thought the game did a good job with most of the supporting elements of play. The actual technique... Wait, hang on. The actual technique is kind of two-dimensional, but nonetheless offers a plenty of challenge and mayhem. While this may not be the best action title, it's nice to see it on the 8-bit.
What is this? The Terminator? So it's like based off the first movie? You play as Kyle Reese, you travel back in time to save Sarah Connor. Oh, okay. Meh.
Yeah.
I had hoped.
Go ahead.
I had hoped that this big name game would have been as hot as the 16-bit versions, but instead, the game came off as a somewhat flat and not as exciting as I had expected. A lot of things from the movie could have been used to spice up the action, but they weren't. And as such, it was hard to keep going in the game. 6.
The action could have been better, but not. Remember the Terminator RoboCop game? I do. Yeah.
That was fun. I remember liking that one. And I love the case for that one.
Listen, when IPs got to join together, it's never a good sign. I'm just saying. It's never a good sign.
Yeah, but look at RoboCop now. That badass RoboCop game, just saying.
You should be able to stand on your own. Yeah, but that's just RoboCop. Like, I don't like when they do like Alien versus Predator. Oh, I can't stand it. Just have Alien. Just have Predator. You don't need to merge them. What,
I would argue that the Alien versus Predator stuff became better than a lot of the current just Predator and Alien stuff on its own.
No. All you need, chat. You're on Team J or you're on Team Willie with this, whatever. You guys decide. All you need is Predator 1, and then that's where the story ends. That's it. We don't need Predator Concrete Jungle with Danny Glover, and we don't need Predator 10, and then we don't need Predator in Primate Times. We don't need any of that.
There's Predator, and then there's Predators, and then there's pre-Predator.
And then the aliens had to come and hang out, and it's just like, what are we doing here? Besides making money, I get it, but
I think the lore between that is kind of cool, where the Predators actually use the aliens to like spawn on different planets with like because they take over, so they have like things to hunt. I think it's a fun idea.
RC Pro M2 for the NES by Trade West. Solid 8s all around. Any fans of the rare game RC Pro Am?
I love RC Pro Am. These games are fun.
Another rare, not as in company, but rare as in hard to get late release NES game. We saw this at Game Cycle in our latest video with JP. They had a copy of this. Yeah, I don't think I've played the sequel, but it looks pretty much the same, which is not necessarily a bad thing. But Steve gives it an 8.
I don't know if I've actually played the sequel or if I'm just remembering the first one because they are pretty similar.
I really enjoyed the original, and though the sequel hasn't powered up measurably over the first release, it still shows that, that some hot product can be created. What's
Easy. You got this.
going on there? Bowler
Stay
says
on target.
I never played RC Pro M2, but I love the OG. Yeah, I don't think many people played the second one, dude. I'm just distracting from my bad reading is all I'm doing here. The action is fast and furious, and a variety of enhancements can take the race into top gear. A very fun update on the old classic. That would be an 8. Yeah, I mean, if you do find this in the wild, it's pretty expensive because it was again didn't sell too many. It was a later run game, but there you go. I'm not sure what Will's doing, guys. I don't know.
Listen, my dog was behind me and she's like being cute, so I have to take a picture.
There you go.
Okay. Racing. Also, I was lowering my desk so I can sit down because I was getting tired of standing.
Ooh, nice.
Racing games are my favorite, and after hearing of a new NES cart, I wasn't excited. But he just said racing games are his favorite. Wouldn't he be excited for a new racing game?
After hearing of this new NES card, I wasn't excited. Well,
Yeah, right?
we know that Ed is very much like, I want the latest and greatest game system. So we've seen in the past, he doesn't necessarily like to go back to the older gen stuff. I think he's very hard on it, but anyway, he still gave it an 8.
Yeah. After all, how could the 8-bit deliver the excitement that you get from playing a good Genesis racer? But I was wrong. This is a must-have card for anybody who still uses the NES, as the gameplay, graphics, and car options are outstanding.
Nice. Yeah, that one is pretty expensive. Super Mario Land 2. All right, Game Boy fans. Who's a Game Boy fan?
I'll post the picture in the Discord so people can see.
Not me. Not me.
Actually, I was just talking about this recently, Super Mario Land 2. This game is so underrated. Super Mario Land 2 is fantastic.
I enjoyed playing it on the Game Boy Player, and I'm glad it's on the Switch now, so you can play it.
But like nobody seems to talk about it anyway. I don't know.
Nobody talks about the Mario games on Game Boy at all, I find.
No, they're great.
This was great, too, because when the Advance came around, that's when Nintendo just started, our classic titles will still make money, right? So they put Mario 3 out and all that. But this was still when they were making new and original Mario games on their portables. Good times. Good times.
Yeah.
Timmy says, for real, this is the best Mario ever. First Wario. It's like an action RPG to a degree. Okay. I don't think I've ever played this one. Oh, it is on the Switch. So
I would check it out. I'd recommend it.
Absolutely the best Game Boy action game I've ever played. This game has maps, cool round separation, a variety of round-to-round objectives, and just the right amount of action. The end product is a graphic, sound, and play tour de force that shows the Mario motif has yet to lose its style. Most cool indeed, Steve. Jesus. 9. There you go.
It's a editor's choice. What do they call that?
Yeah, it's gold.
Yeah, editor's choice. Yeah. We don't see very many platinums though.
I think plat has to average 9.5. I think gold has to average 9.
Yeah.
If there ever was a Game Boy game that was a 10, this is the one. Except for you gave it a 9. Almost any Nintendo has literally created a new Super NES version and shrunk it into the Game Boy. Play options, levels, secret rooms, and mazes have all been perfectly designed and executed. Come on, Nintendo. How about the same game for the NES? Gave it a 9, though. If there ever was a Game Boy game that was a 10, this is the one. 9.
That make a lot of sense, does it, over here? That make a lot of sense.
What the frick?
Willie, there you go.
What?
Adventure Island 2 on the Game Boy.
Oh, I didn't get that far yet. Hold on.
Exciting.
I never played the Game Boy ones. Adventure Island 2 is the better of the Adventure Island games. And I haven't played 3 yet. 3 is on the list of ones that I want to get that are like newer ones.
Oh, Raj, it's the program I'm using, yeah. It's on high. I'm glad it's looking good on the TV, dude. Awesome. Bargain says Pro Am 2 is awesome. Get rid of that Jimmy Connors nonsense tennis. I was wondering who that was. All I know from back in the day, she sees McEnroe. Yeah, I don't know Jimmy Connors. Like, I know the game, but I don't know who that is. Adventure Island 2 by Hudson Soft for the Game Boy gets an 8 from Steve. If it weren't for Super Mario Brothers 2 on the black and white portable, this cart would have been contention for title of the best action cart. Adventure Island 2 is a perfect companion to Super Mario Brothers 2. The slick graphics, nice pace, and the right action. The wording is really off these last few.
They're not great.
Weird, right?
Bash at you. Morning.
Hey, Bash, how you doing, buddy? Welcome on in. Throw in the power-ups, multiple passengers, and super challenge, and you get a great game. 8. Let's hear it for Adventure Island. Guys, did you know that our buddy WillyLo is here on YouTube? I urge you to check out his channel where he has, it's not a full playthrough, but his memories on Adventure Island, which is one of his favorite games. Check out WillyLo on YouTube and give him a sub.
Thank you, friend. Thank you. Yeah, I'm hoping to get another video out soon. Let's see here. This is not only an outstanding version of Adventure Island, but this is one of the best Game Boy carts to come out in a long time. The game plays very well considering the small screen, and all of the familiar play mechanics of the series is built in. A great game to play when you're on a long trip, as it's easy on the eyes.
I'll get his attention for you, Bash. There you go. Well,
What?
hey.
Yeah, I said, bye, Basha2. How's it going? Yeah, on my streams, I always shout out everybody's names, but I'm not going to do that here.
We got Major Pros Baseball for the Sega Game Gear.
7, though.
By Sega. Sports games are a hard sell to me, and being on the portable doesn't make the carts case any easier. But I found a lot to enjoy in the Game Gear offering, especially some nice animations and easy play control. The computer puts up a decent battle, but the combination of strategic and head-to-head baseball overtones left me happy. 7.
Left me happy.
7.
Easily the best baseball game for the system. The key items such as pitching, batting, and fielding are very easy to control and can be mastered in just a few games. There should be a way to make the game more difficult, as the computer is really quite dumb. The addition of the real players is a feature that baseball fans will like.
Amazing.
7.
Amazing. We're getting
Dumb computer.
to our unboxing. Our good buddy Ghetto Finger Gaming sent me a gift. We're going to unbox that, and Willie and I are going to share with you some pickups from another location that we went to as well. We are trying to hit a goal of 10 members. If you guys have not become a channel member yet, now is the time to do so. You get to get on our private Discord, play gameplays on our community days, and growing our community as well. So please consider supporting the channel. Willie, we are on Joust. By Atari for the links. We're getting there. Did we see a links yesterday?
No, we saw a Nomad.
So a couple of
Spoilers.
nomads. Yeah.
Spoilers!
6 from Steve. Joust is one of my all-time favorites despite its repetitive nature. The real test of the game is its similarity of execution, and in most respects, the Lynx version comes out with flying colors. The screen size makes it difficult to judge encounters accurately, however, detracting them from a good game. And you got, it's enough, right? I think at this point, the classic arcade stuff was not as welcome as it is today, or even like 20 years from now. Seeing something like Joust, I think would have been looked at like kind of weak sauce, but that's just my opinion.
I just never liked Joust. I don't know. It's just not
Yeah.
one of those. It reminds me of. I also do not like Balloon Fight, and it kind of gives me that kind of same feeling. And
Same game.
yeah. Both those like just not ones that I like.
Balloon Fight was definitely better. Okay, are you guys ready for some unboxing goodness? Let's get into that. We're going to take a break. Will, we're on page 34. There's 231 pages.
Oh my god.
So, yeah.
I think we have to start, like, I think going forward, because I don't think we can read the whole issue. I think we need to like start going through things, just skipping some things.
Yeah, we're going to skip probably most of the rest of it or go through it quickly. But the letters to the editor and the reviews, I think, are the best. And Quarterman. But yeah. Okay. All right. Ghetto, if you're here.
Ghetto's always here.
I'm going to make sure we don't show any addresses. So Ghetto sent me this. For those of you who were on a stream last week, he did make a video that I did show. So we kind of know what's in here. I'm super excited, and we're going to unbox this live. So shout out to Ghetto Finger Gaming, ladies and gentlemen.
I'm going to go get a coffee while you do this.
Sure. Oh, Bash, thank you very much, my friend. I just unfortunately don't have a table for this, but I'll show you guys. Don't worry. We're gonna open this. Shout out to Ghetto. Okay, it is packed really well. Really well. Does anybody know what this is? Anybody want to take a guess? If you've already seen it on the stream we did the other day, then you know. But anyone who does not know what it is, do you want to take a guess? This is crazy, dude. You could tell I've never seen one before, right? Like, I've never actually seen one. So I'm going to open this up here and look at it before we make the big announcement. Vickman is here. Like, how do you even know how this works? It looks like a suitcase. How do you even open this? We got, ladies and gentlemen, it's not a live chicken. It's a PC Engine friggin' CD-ROM. Look at this. Look at this. You got it, Raj. Let's Ghetto, how do you open this bad boy? There we go. Push.
Oh, that's sweet.
Get it open, Willie.
Don't break it.
No. It's hard to do standing up. I don't have a table here. I can put this on.
It says handle on bottom.
Yeah, here. Let me get you in here too, so there's not as much pressure. There we go.
Why? You're doing great.
You know how we roll. We can't even get this. Ghetto says careful. Don't give me the pressure. I might have to go off camera for this. Oh, there we go. Oh my god. Oh my god. So, dude, is this the case for it?
Yeah, that's just a cover.
I don't even remember seeing this. Look at this.
That's so cool.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have the PC Engine CD-ROM right here. It's minty, he says. Yeah, so this is the Japanese TurboGrafx. the PC Engine, and then we have the CD-ROM attachment. Look at that from our buddy Ghetto Finger Gaming. Thank you so much, dude.
That's so cool. Oh, that's so nice. Oh my gosh.
And this is, you said there's all the games on this, right? On this card here. That's what this is? Dude. Can't thank you enough, brother. Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. So this is...
It's awesome.
Like, was this case part of it? It must be.
Controller and games in the box.
Controller and games in the box. So there it is, ladies and gentlemen. If you love the TurboGrafx, this is the Japanese counterpart. Awesome, Ghetto. Holy. Bag full of games as well. Look at all this.
Let's go.
No idea what this one is. That's awesome, dude. Thank you so much. We'll show the controller here.
You're going to have to do a stream and playing some of them.
Macross 2036. Oh my God, that's amazing.
Is the controller the same as like a turbo controller?
Yes. I've never seen this. This looks like a third-party one, right? Ghetto, or is that the actual... That's not the controller for it, though, is it?
That looks cool.
That's freaking awesome, though.
I think I prefer that controller over the turbo controller, honestly.
Poly Mega. It's an upgrade to the controller. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, it's the same one. It's like similar to the PC Engine one.
Hi. You're snuggly right now. What's up?
There it is. It's not even my birthday, and it's not even Christmas. So I'll make myself big again. Shout out to Ghetto Finger for sending this amazing piece to the collection. I love collecting consoles, and I love the Japanese stuff, so this will be fun. Definitely expect to stream from this for sure, guys. Thank you so much, dude. Woo! Let's go.
Heck yeah. That's awesome.
Let's friggin' go. And that got here like really super fast. I love the case and everything for it. Isn't that great?
Yeah, that's amazing.
That's so awesome, dude. All right.
It's like we were talking about this yesterday. Like, there's a very good retro scene here in our area, but like it still pales in comparison to the stuff that you can find in the US.
Oh, the States is amazing. Yeah. Thanks, Ghetto. Appreciate that. There's our buddy here. Guys want to do me a solid. Ghetto's got a YouTube channel. He's big on Instagram as well. Give him a follow.
Yeah, Ghetto does some great videos about his finds over there and stuff. It's awesome.
He is the eBay sniper, 100%. So we did a little live stream yesterday morning on our way to our destination, which was on the other side of Toronto, which is about 2.5 hours from where we are. Went to our destination. We shot. We had a great time. That video hopefully will be coming next week, guys. It'll be dropping. We can't talk too much about that. And this doesn't take anything away from that store. We were sitting in the car. We went to Timmy's to get, a little refill. And we felt the call. We felt the call of the dawn. Now, what I mean by that is that we're very close to our buddy Don from Big Time Gamers. Well, take it away.
We drove to Big Time Gamers. We were just like, you know what? Yeah. We're like 15, 20 minutes away from Don's. We're like, we got to go to Big Time Gamers. So we went to Big Time Gamers, and we were there for like another 2 hours.
We talked ourselves into it because we're like, well, if we leave now, it's like we were done shooting around 3. We're like, we're going to hit the traffic. So I guess we can go to like Walmart or we can get something to eat. And then we both were like, Don's around here. So we went to Big Time Gamers and we got some big time games. You got some really cool stuff. I got one that I've been looking for a while. You got 2, right?
Yep.
Okay, so we're going to share that with you now, guys. So Will's got 2. I have 1. And you can go first, my friend.
All right. So they're not like super rare stuff, but it's stuff that I'm wanting to get. Since, a couple months ago, we started opening up the whole collecting PS1 stuff again, so I can't stop. First one, though.
Whack.
Tenchu.
Nice.
One of my favorite games growing up. I freaking love this game. It's so much fun. It's super difficult. It has like the over the top like blood spurt. It's like it always reminds me of like Kill Bill. The spurting of bloods when you murder people and stuff. But frick, Tenchu.
Yeah.
I freaking love this game.
Let's
It's
see
not
the-
like. What?
So let's see the back. Yeah, that's great. And I thought it was Bushido Blade, which was hilarious. So I was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, there's no health meters in that on that fighter." You're like, "What? What are you talking about?"
And the other one is of gaming legend. But after watching Jay play it a little bit ago, I kind of had to vibe to play it again and add it to my collection.
Metal
We got a
Gear.
couple of Metal Gear.
Here she goes. Yeah, that's beautiful.
Great copy. Don always has high quality stuff. His store is. We've been to quite a few stores now, and I think we say it every time. Like all the stores are great, but Don's is just a step above still.
We know that this is not a competition.
No,
However, I will say, there's been a lot of these kind of heroes like Solid Snake over the years, right? Is there one better than Solid Snake? Well, I think there is one better. And his name is Sam Fisher, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? Who remembers Sam Fisher from a little game called Splinter Nothings? Well, you guys know that I'm the hipster gamer. And there's one particular game console that I've wanted a game for forever. I do have the system itself, but I don't have a game for it. So I went to Don. I'm like, Don, I need a game for my friggin' N-Gage. And Don delivered. Who remembers the N-Gage, the ultimate hipster portable?
I try to forget the N-Gage every day.
Dun, 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 dun. N-Gage. We got Splinter Cell Chaos Theory for the N-Gage. The premier way to play Splinter Cell. I mean, look at this. Look at it. Forget Nintendo Switch. We got actual real cards here. I can't do the mirror thing. There we go. There we go.
I'm trying not to look at it. I saw it live and in person. I'm still trying
Ladies
not to
and gentlemen,
look at it.
Splinter Cell for the N-Gage. Really cheap. Now, N-Gage library is not very big. But there's some gems like Tomb Raider. There's an Elder Scrolls game. Willie, do you remember how much that Elder Scrolls game was?
It was like $500.
$500. So needless to say, this one is not one of the best games. But hey, I wanted to get an N-Gage game because I am the hipster gamer. So there you go. We shared a few with you guys. That's not from the store we went to. It's the second store we went to that won't be featured in the video because we like to give each store its own spotlight, its own time to shine. But needless to say, everyone around our area, we might be taking a trip out to Dawn's in the summer, and we're calling you guys, Average Gamer, Rusty, JP, anyone who's looking to come. We're looking to take a big trip out to Big Time Gamers. So start saving your pennies. And anyone who's not in the local area, again, if you want to fly down here, drive down here, you're more than welcome to join us.
That would actually be kind of fun if we open it up to everybody and be like, hey, this is the time we're going to go there. We're going to go to Big Time Gamers. This is the day and date. We can make it like an event of it. If
Yeah.
you wanted to drive up, if you guys wanted to come that way, I think it'd be near the end of the summer. Jay and I will be talking more about the dates then, and we can get a date signed up, and maybe we can give you everybody enough time that maybe some more people can head out that way.
Yeah, I think the summertime is definitely the time to do that. He's not going to be there, Josh. No, he's not doing this one. Anyway, we're moving on. So that's a couple of our finds. We got a lot of.
I went to gaming gossip, but
Oh, sure.
this is just releases and stuff now, right?
Look at that.
Yeah,
Oh,
that box would be sweet to have.
yeah. Yeah, we got a chance. Also, everyone was wondering, by the way, the Mega Man first printing I showed on socials, I did not buy it. It was way out of my price range, but that was at Big Time Gamers. So Don had a copy.
Yeah,
The difference is the back of it. You have the Captain Commando sticker on it because that was Capcom's mascot at the time. And on the back, it says Dr. Wright instead of Dr. Light or Dr. Wily.
yeah.
So
It's like a misprint copy that makes it like astronomically more expensive.
Yeah. You're a gaming gossip? Is that where you were?
Yep.
Or where did you go?
I just figured that'd be like the next interesting part to read.
The gossip, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So Quarterman is our favorite man behind the scenes. His rumors are more than likely true. It's a pretty high percentage that the information he finds is accurate. So I'm not going to read the big intro. We're just going to pick a couple. Again, we got a lot of magazine to get through, guys. A lot. So speaking of the 3DO, the Q-Rasic one has learned that the machine will get Spielberg's upcoming dino flick, Jurassic Park. This means the 3DO joins the ranks of Ocean, who was reported to have paid some major dollars to secure the Super Nintendo rights to the man-eating monster movie. Speaking of softs based in the cinema, it appears Sony will be packing a 1-2 punch next summer with video game adaptations of two major blockbusters, both The Last Action Hero and Cliffhanger. So we got Schwarzenegger versus Stallone. Will come repackaged and repixeled courtesy of Sony. Sega won't bow their 32-bit bomb in the gaming world until 1994. Seems CD is just the grooviest. VYC, what's going on, mate? How you doing? Welcome in.
I'm going to go down to not the next one, but the one after that, I think. With the links.
Oh, yeah, sure.
With sales of the Lynx Sys and Softs falling, Atari is turning into other sources for revenue, like Court. What? Watch this space for the results of the Atari versus Epix Executives round 1 in an upcoming issue. Did you know that EA's upcoming Blood and Guts football was originally presented to Atari as a spec script for the Lynx in 1990? Quarterman's like, his mind just like goes like a mile a minute. Like he's all over the place.
It's rough, man. It's rough, yeah.
Hats off to the folks at Malibu Interactive. Their Batman Returns and Joe Montana's scaling and rotation routines for the Sega CD knocked head honcho Harris to the floor. Did I hear someone say House on Fire?
What is he talking about, guys?
I don't know. I'm just reading it.
What's he talking about?
Look for both Sega and Acclaim to start implementing texture mapping in synthetic actor applications in upcoming games. Both techniques are derived from super secret military stuff. Here we go again with the Q-Man CES preview. Glock, I don't know what that is, appears for Genesis along with Strider 2. Final Fight CD appears for Sega in Feb. Super Mega Man and Final Fight 2 debut for the Super NES, with more EA titles and the first Super FX title, Star Fox. The name will change. Incorrect. The name did not change.
Yeah. They didn't even do Super Star Fox. They just did Star Fox.
Yeah. Mortal Kombat won't show for any platform, even though Acclaim is hard at work. And Capcom won't bring Street Fighter 2 Champion Edition. I can't wait for Nintendo's latest CD announcement. How about 64-bit? Plays some Super NES, NES, and Game Boy carts with a retail under $50. We can see through it, guys. That was a tough to read.
And everyone at home, like that's like half a paragraph, but it felt like a novel because Quarterman just kind of goes wherever he wants. Hey, Vickman, thanks for coming in.
Yeah, he's like all over the place, and like it's not like an actual like coherent sentence. He's like jumping from one thing to the next to the next. It's rough reading that stuff.
3DO demo $700 CD-ROM system. Wow. Yeah, this is 93. I think it came out in 90. I think it did come out in 93. Maybe Christmas 93. But we got over 200 pages. And I find like we didn't get back to the last issue. We split. So if we split the issue in half, I just don't really think that that's going to work. You know what I mean? Yeah, that was Andre Agassi. Bash, remember when he came out? on the scene. Remember, McEnroe was the king, and then Agassi came out and he had long hair and he's like looked like a rock dude. And McEnroe was just like, this next generation of tennis players, they have no class. Remember that stuff?
I don't remember that stuff, but
It's kind of like when Tiger came in and shook up the golf world because he was just so youthful and just so damn good at the game. And all the old schools were like, who's this guy? But anyway. Fatal Fury 2. Okay, we're just skimming through this, guys. I would love to read the 3DO stuff, but again, these issues are pretty big now. International Outlook, so stuff coming out from Japan. Barcode Boy, what the heck is that? Pete's Sampras was good too. Oh yeah, I remember that name. Yeah. There's Indiana Jones: The Last Crusade for the Game Gear. Bash, yeah, this is from February 1993.
I saw an article I was reading about the Game Gear recently where apparently a lot of starting now and going forward, a lot of the Game Gears are starting to stop working because the capacitors they used in them weren't built to last this long.
Yeah. Again, going back to the toy thing, right?
Yeah. Which is a shame. Like you go get it repaired and stuff, but like I don't know.
Like we look at
most people wouldn't.
The toys, of our youth from the 80s and 90s and how that stuff is yellowing and falling apart. Yeah, like look at this. I'm going to show you guys this. I got this at EB Games back in the day. It was in our back room. But look at this sticker on it. Pre-owned, $9.99. Right there. You guys see that?
Good old days.
But yeah, this I heard that too, Willie. It's crazy. They're like all breaking down. So
yeah.
I mean, you can get ROMs still, right, if you want to play the games, but
yeah. Well, it's just I still like having the hardware functioning and stuff, right? Like
yeah. Well, of course, yeah. Collecting the hardware is amazing. Like I love collecting hardware. Bash, you were 15 in 1993. I'm pretty close to that, dude. I think I was 16. Yeah,
I was 8.
Final Fight CD. I just want to shout out Final Fight CD because finally we got a 2-player game. I'm assuming there was limitations why the Super Nintendo only had single player. I don't know, but
also Bash, I saw that your comment saying that you're in the Hammer. I know. I think Jay and I are playing to head that way. So if we tie it up, we're going to be meeting up with our friend Jeff Gignac, who's there too. We could always reach out as well too if you wanted to.
Anyone local who wants to meet up, we're down for that for sure.
I think in the summer sometime.
I'm saying like I would like to take as many of you guys to Big Time Gamers because Will and I have talked it up so much.
And we want to give back to Don because Don is he's very supportive of both of us and just a wonderful, wonderful human being.
All the stores we go to are great, and we haven't had a bad experience yet. But like Will just said, I think Don deserves like super special treatment just for how he welcomes us in. So I would like to take you guys there. Like whoever wants to come with us, we're probably going to go in July, middle of the summer. Yeah, there you go. Average Gamer. Yeah. Anyone who wants to
Timmy,
come
I was reading Bashachu's comment. A lot of people from Hamilton call it the Hammer. I was just referencing to them saying that they said the Hammer.
The Hammer.
I don't think I've ever referred to Hamilton as the Hammer until I started talking to Jeff. That's the only time I've ever heard people call it like the Hammer. I was like, what?
Mutron, you are more than welcome. You know that, my friend. We talked about shipping you, remember? Just put yourself in a box and ship yourself overnight UPS. Dude, you'll be fine.
Where does that... Okay, this is not gaming related, but where does the Hammer come from when they refer to Hamilton?
Hamilton Hammer. I don't know. Does any Basher in Hamilton, right? So you don't know?
You're not sure either?
Yeah.
That's weird. I want to look this up. I want to know now.
Yeah, where does that come from? Like, does London have it? I don't think London has anything. Oh, Hamilton was a steel town, Josh says. Okay.
Oh.
That kind of makes sense.
Yep, Hamilton, Ontario is known as the Hammer or Steel Town due to its industrial roots, particularly in the steel industry, and is also a reference to MC Hammer's catchphrase, Hammer Time.
For real?
This is Google. This is what it said.
Wow. Interesting. You'll be back. All right, my friend. Again, guys, like, I don't know. Do we have any suggestions in terms of going through the magazine again, because they're getting so large? I feel like we're missing out a lot. But in all reality, we're going to stream for 8 hours if we go through page by page.
Yeah, I don't think that's a realistic goal on that one.
Yeah, I don't think we're,
I think we would keep going through it, and when we see something that's interesting to us, I think we just like stop.
We're doing the good stuff. Look at this. Chris Mullen, Clyde the Glide Drexler, and Elijah Wan. That was my crew back in the day. That's my basketball. Ooh, who remembers Cool World with William Bradley Pitts? Good flick. Good
Is his
flick.
first name William?
William Bradley Pitt is his name. Yep.
I never knew that. Huh.
Yep. There you go. But I guess Brad is like a cooler name. I don't know. No offense.
My mom never let me watch Cool World.
No.
She let me watch Roger Rabbit, but she didn't let me watch Cool World.
I don't think it's as good as. Well, that has Kim Basinger, right? And then who is the Catherine? What's her name is in Roger Rabbit? I don't know. Kim Basinger was like amazing. She was like the biggest babe back in the day. Super crush.
Cutthroat says a 12-hour EGM stream.
Well, let's see some donos, buddy. Let's see some super chats. You want to see a 12-hour stream?
Get those super chats going and some gift subs for Jay. I don't know. Do something for me too. Just send me a coffee, Jay. I don't know.
Awesome, dude. We'll do something for you. We got some hot.
I'm just kidding.
Look at this dude
for a 12-hour stream. Oh god. Free
cool.
T-Rex T-shirt.
It had a good soundtrack. Did it? Okay. I've never actually seen it. I just I'm a huge Brad Pitt fan, so I remember. I don't think I own the Laserdisc. I own the VHS. I've just never seen it. Yeah, so Matt's here. Good to see you, dude. You've never seen Cool World either. Yeah, we were talking about like Roger Rabbit versus Cool World. It was Catherine. What's her name? She was in Romancing the Stone. Catherine. I can't remember her last name. And then
look at all these controllers.
Then Kim Basinger was in Cool World. I don't know. My vote's for Kim Basinger though.
Competition Pro. Look at this thing. The Angler. Oh my god.
Oof. Oh, the super hot NES controllers. Look at these. Yeah.
Wait. It's made by Bishu.
Bishu Angler. Bishu Angler. Let's go.
If you go back, there's an actual right before the Chuck Rocks one. There's like a big close up of it.
Oh, look at that. Bishu Angler.
What a monstrosity.
Look at that thing, man. We got our first super chat from the mighty Mutron with the 9.99. Let's go. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate the support. I know times are tough, my friends, and you know I hate asking, but I have to because this is my job. So thank you, Mutron, for the support, my friend. Boom. Willie, did we find Bishu? Did we not? I guess we'll have to wait till next week.
You can't say. We have to wait for the video.
We'll have to wait till next week. Our quest for Bishu continues. Look at these ones, man. The Triton. It's by Triton, and it's actually called the Triton. That's hilarious. By Triax, by Hap Controllers, by Dan.
If you had to get one of these, which one it would be? And it can't be the champion stick because I'm just saying that's an arcade stick.
I used to have that.
That's the easiest. Anyway. That's the easiest choice.
Okay, I would pick the one below it. The Superpower Pad by Dan.
A Dan, not by just Dan. A Dan.
Oh, A Dan. Okay, Dan was much more hilarious. But I don't know, what would you get? I would get.
I think the Game Master looks kind of neat. That's something you would pull out and you'd be like, yeah, this is stupid. And it kind of looks neat.
I get the Angler because it's absolutely awful.
I I love that Bishu is still around now. We thought Bishu was gone, but Bishu's back, baby.
There's your arcade accurate champion joystick right there. It's beautiful.
I have a few arcade sticks like I just don't use. I should pull them out and use them for stuff.
You and I both had the Capcom one for Street Fighter 4, but that was always
I think I still have that.
To have that on your lap. Like the setups we have now with the standing desk and stuff, perfect. But back then, right, we're putting them on our laps and it just never felt right.
Yeah. I have the Street Fighter 5 one. Have you seen that one?
No.
Hold on. You start with Bubsy because
Ladies and gentlemen, here we are. The mascot wars are in full effect. 1993, Bubsy by Accolade. Let's hear it for Bubsy. You guys want to see Bubsy? Let's do Bubsy! Let's go! Bubsy! 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 Bubsy first was released on the Sega Genesis. Here it is. And you know what's really unique about Bubsy on the Sega Genesis is that it has an actual cardboard box. That's right. It didn't come in the black clamshell. Accolade were the hipsters, even back then. And we got the cardboard case. Here it is. Forget Super Mario Brothers. Forget Sonic the Hedgehog. Forget Crash and the Booger Guy. It's Bubsy the Bobcat. And anyone? Chat? Anyone?
Nobody remembers that.
No one cares about Bubsy the Bobcat. Well, I care about Bubsy. I care about Bubsy the Bobcam. All right, Will's going to show off his dirty stick.
Yeah, this is the one I used for Street Fighter 6. But this one's really cool.
Oh, look at that thing. Golly.
Yeah, you can actually open it up to interchange the parts on it and stuff too.
Golly.
Where is it? I feel like I'm Jay now trying to open things.
Easy. Ben, what is going on? Let's hear it for Bubsy. There you go. Ben loves Bubsy.
So you can change out the buttons and stuff to replace them in that as well too.
That is really nice. I like that.
Yeah, it's a sweet arcade stick, and it works on PC and everything as well.
Vickerman, is Bubsy any good? No. It's not. It's like Sonic where you move really fast and you only have like one hit before you're KO'd. But at least Sonic, you could get rings, right, to kind of correct your mistake. Bubsy the Bobcalf. And there is, if you guys dare look this up on YouTube after the stream, mind you, check out the Bubsy cartoon. There was a pilot episode, and I think that's it. Packers is here. Good to see you, buddy. Bubsy versus Conker. No contest, my friend. Bubsy all day long.
What? No!
What? No, Conker wins. Do we have to do a poll?
No.
Conker versus Bubsy the Bobcat. You guys want verses? I'll give you verses. You can talk about Fatal Nothings. Conker versus Bubsy. Round 1. Fight! Fatal Fury. Any Fatal Fury fans? I'm the only one? Okay, fair enough. That's fine.
Terry Beauregard.
Who? It's Beauregard. There's going to be a new Fatal Fury coming out soon. No,
there is, right?
Gives a lips. I do. I care.
I'm voting for Conker all day long.
Raj, look at this guy. The mouth. Bubsy is a piece of soup, but I still love him.
Oh, is that what that means? Soup? Oh, okay.
Yeah. Well, he's making soup. Yeah.
The MKR sticks. Yeah, those ones are like they ripped off the actual like cabinet. It looks like, anyways. Do you remember that one for the Mortal Kombat? Yeah. Yep.
They were super expensive, but you know what? Like, if you're really into fighting games, it's a total investment, right? So
I think I had. I don't know if I still have one or not. I had one at one point, but I think I got rid of it.
Yeah, with the block in the center.
Yeah. It's just like the arcade, like actual like joystick. It looks like, anyways.
Someone needs some Imodium. Do I? I guess I do. Yeah. What are we on? We're just skimming again, guys. If there's anything you want, make sure you call it out. Again, these issues are so big now that we just got to kind of skip forward, or the stream's going to be 64 hours. As much as I would love to spend 64 hours with you, I think you guys would be sick of us by then. Den of Geek is here.
What's going on, Den?
That's a nice piece of box art. Actually, all four of these games have great art.
The Dragon Warrior ones? Yeah, they're great.
Do you see, Matt? Did you see the Dragon Quest 1 and 2 remaster announcement for the Switch? That looks pretty cool.
We did, Packers. It was a great day yesterday. We were just tired. It was a long day.
Oh, dude, I came home and I just boom.
Yeah. I was on the couch. I brought home pizza because like I told Ashley I was gonna bring home like a pizza. But it was like super late at night, so like we ate and then I just like fell asleep on the couch. I was like,
oh yeah, just out. Grip it, everybody. What? Okay. Now gamers can go where they could never go before, to their friend's house. Oh, is this early internet? Look at what game is this? Look at the keyboard. A teleplay system. Oh my god, by Baton. This is pretty revolutionary from 1993. Look at this thing. You can play ship fight. Yay!
Terrain Wars.
It's Friday. You damn right. Just imagine Rebecca Black's song. So flashback. So this is like kind of like Out of This World. Same kind of idea. Fun game, good animation, very difficult. It is a lot like Dragon's Lair, trial and error. A lot of stuff like that. It's Friday. Any plans, guys?
Stuck in my head.
Who's doing a community day tomorrow with the old fork knife? I guess PUBG went the way of the dodo. No one gives a lips. You know what? I think people do. I'm going to blame PUBG on this one. Great game, but it should be cross-platform with everything.
I thought somebody said it was.
It's not.
After the stream, I thought somebody said that they looked into it, and it actually was.
Our buddy Jeff looked. It said no, and then I Googled it myself, and it said PlayStation and Xbox can play together, but PC is not allowed.
That sucks.
Not allowed.
I actually think I really dig PUBG a bit more right now. I don't know.
That was fun, dude.
Mm-hmm.
We're gonna play that for sure. EGM is great, but it does have its issues.
Ba-dum-bum.
I need to get the drum and the drum and cymbal.
Johnny Turbo in. Let him dangle. That's what it says. Did you see that?
Oh my god.
Let him dangle.
Dingle dangle. All right, JT will be there. Yeah, I feel like we didn't get enough time to play PUBG, Matt. Yeah. There's a little more to it, I think. Or it just might be we're just not used to it yet. But yeah, we'll do Fortnite. Week after that's going to be League of Legends, guys. I'm just kidding.
You were talking about that all day yesterday.
Yeah, I'm going to start playing it just for me. Just for myself. We did that one. One cool cat, but your face here, EGM, or in your face. We want one of these in your face shirts for sure.
You
gotta find one of those.
There's gotta be one, right? In your face.
EGM on eBay, probably for like $400 or whatever. The vintage clothing like of this era is insane. We were talking about that the other day, like rock shirts and stuff are so expensive. PUBG is like the middle ground between Call of Duty and Fortnite. Yeah, I really liked it, but
I don't see anything on there. There's ones that say in your face, but specifically like EGM one. Mm-mm.
Nobody won. Movies. What do we got here? What host resource? Oh, we're skipping this.
Ooh,
EGM, your issues are too big. I love you, but come on.
There's a lot of fluff.
Yeah. But
it's like to get their money out of it, they had to like throw in every single ad for everything ever existing.
Sure, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, you got to make that money, right? I get it. Look at this.
Oh, yeah,
look at this 184, and look at this double one. Oh, dudes, if anyone had this back in the day, this 2-player, It's like an actual panel from a 2-player arcade game. Oh,
That is cool.
$164 back in the day. Yeah, that's not cheap. Japan video games. I love these ads for these import stores. I love them. So cool. Is this Batman Return of the Joker? Good artwork.
I like this layout. It's like one side Batman, the other side Joker.
Well, stream's ruined. Stream's ruined. Rusty, you could teach me how to play. How about that? I played back in the day, but I'm going to learn it again. I really like that game. I think League is a lot of fun. I hate Lethal Weapon so much.
Really?
Oh, I hate it. I hate Lethal Weapon. That's right. I hate it. I don't like the first one. I don't like the second one. I don't like the third one or the fourth or the fifth. And I don't care that there's a new one coming out. It sucks.
Wait, there's a new Lethal Weapon? Like,
I
the
heard
originals?
Gibson is doing one or whatever. Like, come on, man.
Huh.
Lethal Weapon movies are good. Get out of town. Out of town.
I enjoy them. I wouldn't say like they're my go-to, and they're not like ones that I often like reminisce about. But like, yeah.
You got to draw a line in the sand. It's got to be Beverly Hills Cop or Lethal Weapon. That's it.
What about Naked Gun?
Well, Naked Gun's its own thing. Actually, if you're going to do a cop duo, it would be 48 Hours versus Lethal Weapon, in which case there is no debate. Shout out to Retro Mags. Guys, check out retromags.com. They are the best at archiving video game history, and this is where we do our read-alongs every week. So shout out to Retro Mags.
There was a lot of fluff going through that. Like a lot of that, I would say over 100 pages of that is like ads.
Yeah, it's really cool to see the old ads and stuff like that for sure.
Yeah,
I definitely appreciate that. Danny Glover's coming. Who the hell's Danny Glover? Oh, I'm sorry.
I do agree with Joe Pesci. I've never been a big fan of Joe Pesci.
I think he's good in the tough guy role, but even in like, I don't know, he's all right in Home Alone, I guess. But I don't know. I'm too old for this lips. Yeah, no doubt. Training Day. Oh, yeah. Training Day
is amazing.
Is that movie Wake Up where as soon as you hit play, you're on the edge of your seat and you don't move from that position?
Yeah,
like
that's a movie I watch at least annually. Like I pop that in, I'm like, yeah, I could watch some Training Day.
It does not let up. It is so good. Yeah, so good. Ghetto won the shoes, so I'll be interested to see which ones you pick, Ghetto. If you're doing OG or you're gonna do Breath of the Wild style. Yeah. Nah, you're not a super weirdo, man. I'm not a fan of one of the actors. I don't like Mel Gibson. That's just me, though.
That's fair.
That's me.
I'm also with Matt. I like both. I'm okay with either.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
I'm looking at this. There's a new game that came out called Inzo today. It looks like a super upgraded Inzoi, like Sims, but like more realistic.
Oh, interesting.
Like hyper realistic, like not cartoony at all. Like it's kind of crazy.
Nice.
Have you seen that one, Matt? Matt, you're a Sims fan. You should check that out.
Inzo.
Inzoi. It's like INZOI.
Timmy, lots of people like him for reasons. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to get into why I don't. It just, a lot of actors, they get really big and then they think they have the know-how to speak about whatever. And he's one of them. I just find him like he's just a loudmouth. Very arrogant and cocky too.
Yeah, Tim, it's like I guess it's like a lot of people, I'm still watching some people on Twitch been playing it, and it's like a modernized Sims.
Oh, interesting. From Kraft and the publisher of PUBG. Okay. Have to check it out. Packer says, yeah, it's fascinating to see that video game prices for premium titles have always been fairly expensive, always around. Yeah, we were talking about that at the beginning, dude. Yeah, it's people are like, oh man, Grand Theft Auto, $100. I'm like, but I got
games
price
have always
tag-
been that.
like Fantasy Star 2. Like I've said a lot of times, it was $129 when I got it at Toys R Us. And third party 64 stuff used to be $10 more. Or sorry, third party used to be $10 more than first party stuff. We're kind of lucky, as you know, toys have gone crazy with inflation, but games have pretty much been around the same ballpark. 100%.
Your mic got very quiet there.
Games have always been the same. Blah 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 blah. There you go.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It just that was like the quietest I heard it go. I was like, what happened?
It's got not the Shure mic, but the program, the StreamYards, for some reason has this built-in. It's like trying to compensate for when I go really close to it, so it will quiet the mic down. But I have that turned off, so I don't get it.
Do I work next? Oh, I do work next Friday. I was gonna say I can come over one day and we can look at it and see if maybe eventually you can just get out of using StreamYards and do it the other way. Then you don't have to worry about doing that.
I've canceled it, yeah. So whenever it's gone, it's gone. So yeah, I mean we could still use it for free, but it'll have the duck logo.
Ugh.
Does it really matter? Does it matter? But I want to thank you guys for hanging out with Willie and I today. Friday is Willie Day J from now on. So no more Sundays for a variety of different reasons. One of them being, of course, Will has to stream Sundays. So this gives us kind of more time to relax, put our feet up, and just take our time. OBS, yeah, I'll look into. I got OBS, yeah. What I'm sure Streamlabs has that stuff too.
Yeah, you can do it in Streamlabs. It's not.
Yeah.
Either way, yeah, it's not going to be a big issue.
We can get that. Willie, now's your chance. Tell all these wonderful people where you're at.
You can find me here on YouTube at WillyLo. I've had a couple videos out this year where I've done one on Blaster Master and Adventure Island. I have a few more things coming up, hopefully, as well, too. But I also stream over on Twitch at twitch.tv/WillyLo every Wednesday, Saturday, and Sunday, barring one weekend I have to work a month. But, yeah. Right now, we've been playing a lot of, we got Minecraft and Monster Hunter Wilds, kind of the main ones right now.
Wilds is fun. Wilds is very fun. Conquer wins 88%. What a shock. Pook, I don't know if I said hello to you, but hello. EGM Fridays, baby. You got that right.
That's right.
You got that right. We're not going to do it every Friday. We're going to switch between gameplay and maybe if there's some cool news we're going to talk about. Yeah, we'll go. Like Sundays will not be available for one Friday out of the month, so that's cool. We can deal.
Stupid work. Real life.
With you guys tomorrow for Community Day at 10 a.m. As voted by you, we're going to do Fortnite. So we'll continue on the Fortnite journey, the grind for Sub-Zero. I don't know if I'm going to get them, but we're damn well going to try. So thanks to everyone who supported the stream. Again, I will say if you're not a channel member, please consider becoming one. This is always the hardest part for Will and I on both our streams is to ask for the donations because this is what we do for a living. But it is becoming harder and harder for me, myself to do this, guys. So any help is appreciated. And I don't consider it e-begging. This is just what I do for a living. So if you want to help, please consider becoming a channel member or gifting memberships. There you go. Any last thoughts, Willie?
Nope. I don't think so. I think
we're going to play Splinter Cell on the N-Gage.
How are you going to... What?
No.
Are you just going to play that on your own?
No, you remember you had to crack the back of the N-Gage?
Your mic cut out. Like, totally cut out. Nope.
Hello?
Oh, there we go. Well, yeah.
Kind of back?
Yeah. Sounds echoey now, but you're back. We're at the end. Go ahead. Go talk about Splinter Cell.
I was just going to say, remember you had to, the N-Gage, you had to take the actual phone battery out
to
Yeah.
put the game in. What a fatal flaw in the design of that system.
Yeah, you had to remove the battery to get to the compartment where you put the game in. It wasn't like an easy switch. Yeah, it was that N-Gage was such a dumb idea.
Brutal. All right, everyone. We'll see you guys in the morning. Thanks for hanging out with Willie and I. And have a good friggin' rest of your Friday, my friends.
Bye,
Cheers.
friend.